Coffee Shop, sponsored by the LAREMA Coffee Shop. As you can see, some people may have coffee, but at this moment we got wine. I think it's wine. It's wine. Oh, okay, so here we go, man. So we're gonna have some conversations that's gonna open up people to be able to speak freely. Like this platform is for people to be who they are. Like if they're alone by themselves, do things like they're alone by themselves. It's a free world, so we're gonna have some raw conversations on some particular topics. And today, the topic, first and foremost, I apologize. Introduce yourselves, guys. We're gonna get talking. We gonna be talking.
I'm TJ McGuire, originally from Tarboro, North Carolina. The last 20 years I've been in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You know, living life, having fun, you know.
Festive.
Yeah, being very festive. Yeah, but I just started my business, Young World Multimedia, art, creative consultation, computer graphics, video, music, everything that pertains to like expression, artistic expression. So it's been a somewhat overwhelming, but it's been exciting, and I've been really enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? It's been pretty good.
We definitely will come back to that and talk about that because we got plenty to talk on that. And introduce yourself, my guy.
Yeah, I'm Stephan Virgil from right here in Rocky Mount. Been here for a while. Played ball at Virginia Tech. Went to the NFL for a little bit. Buffalo Bills went overseas and played. Now I'm coaching at Southwest Edgecombe, and I'm a personal trainer as well. Got a few of my guys in here. See Meg over there at the table. Yeah, man, I'm a mentor as well, man. I just love giving back to my community and giving them something to look forward to, you know, motivating their dreams, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always motivate them to go further than me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I set the bar a little high for them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, put that little pressure on them, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so far, you know, they've been answering the call, and I'm proud of what I've started and where they're going.
I love it, man. So since we're going back on community, let's talk about community. Some people say community. I mean, you guys have your own definition of community, right? You got your own community. Hey there, how you doing? Come on stage. So, like we're talking about community, and you know, everybody has their own definition of community, although we think the definition like means the same. So, like some people like community is community. Some people in the community support people more than they support the other person in the community. So why is that? Like, why do people think that? Like, if you have one restaurant here or another restaurant here, why do people think that? But before we go into that, I should have said, you know, let's talk about you, man. You know, your career in the NFL, you was a Rocky Mount alum. Seeing how I'm pretty sure you would love to be coaching there, things like that. Let's talk about, like, how does that feel not even being there, although you're still a community champion warrior? So like the NFL, like tell the guys, man, is the NFL the biggest? Like, you know, for you, I know you probably was like, at this moment in your life, although you're doing something that's perfectly was made for you, I know that before you thought that, it was like, man, I'm supposed to be in the NFL. I'm still supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be doing this. You kind of tap into like, man, is it a business? Do you feel like you were supposed to still be there? Or like just talk about everything in that aspect, like what the deal was in those moments when you're not even playing with the Buffalo Bills anymore.
That's a loaded question, there, brother. But yeah, man. I mean, just starting with the NFL, my journey there. Was it a business? Yes, it is a business, and I learned that firsthand. You know, by going into meetings and stuff and have them asking me the same questions, just different ways, using different vocabulary on me. But I know it's the same question. I'm giving them the same answer, and they're like, "No, you're not answering the way I wanted it." You know, but. It was that business. But when I got in the meeting rooms, be able to talk football with the coaches and stuff like that, it started to click. They started to gravitate to me. I started to get the playbook. I started to move up on the ladder. But the business hit again, where you're a free agent, unrestricted free agent. At that, you only have $6,000 invested in you, okay, and you're fighting for a spot. And they call you in the meeting room, they tell you, we don't need you anymore. We don't have any room for you anymore. We got a plane ticket for you. See you later. Ooh. That's the cold hard business of the NFL that I give to the youth when I tell them, if you want to do this, all right, this is what you're gonna get. Okay, so prepare yourself to get that sword, that whipping, that last. Get it. You're gonna get it.
So
Okay.
like in that situation, I know you probably like, you know what, man, it's crazy. Like they always say, love this, love that, and then you got to teach your kids and raise your kids in a situation knowing that we actually live in a capitalist country that's a cold-hearted world, where like every day it really about the dollars and we
Right.
perform. So you think they really look at us as just like guys, like we just entertainers and look at you so important? Or I know you got some people who just get the good spots, like the LeBrons, Michael Jordans, guys like that, who just become like super great. Like they can walk in any room and instantly turn that whole brand or room into millionaires.
Right.
You know, because they have that ability to take, like even Jay-Z guys can take certain stuff to the next level. So like when they told you that, man, like in your mind, you're like, man, it's crazy. The game I've been loving, the game I've been playing all life, I've been knowing you for years. So this is like, bro, you've been playing this game since I know you since you was like in elementary school.
Right.
That's all you knew. And to take
Right.
the game that you love away from you, the thing that you love, like
Yeah.
you love the game of football. That's all you knew. You
Right.
played basketball too. We knew football was
Yeah.
sport.
Basketball was my sport though.
Or what?
Basketball was my sport.
Oh well.
Football was easy, but basketball I worked at it. I love basketball, but football was just natural. That was in my blood.
I got you. So yeah, I get what you're saying on that.
But,
So like,
but getting that when
Yeah.
they told me that, when they said they don't have any room for me on the team,
Mhm.
you know, I didn't know how to take that. It was like I exited the room, but I was still there. You know, like it was an out of body experience the whole time. As soon as he said that, I left the room.
Cause you never been in a situation where you was never the
That was
number
my
one
first
guy.
time. That was my first time ever being cut.
Like, cause you always been a starter. You always been the first team, number one corner in the state one time.
Yeah.
Started.
That was my
You never
first
been known to
time.
be-
That was my first time ever being cut, and I was like, I finally made it to where I want to be, and I get cut. You know, sitting at the airport, looking at windows like this, and I'm seeing myself, and I was literally talking to myself. I was sitting beside myself talking, just like I'm talking to you.
Mm.
I'm having a conversation with myself. What are we doing here?
Mm.
I gotta call my daddy. Come pick me up. For what?
Like you got in trouble or something. You ain't
Yeah.
done something else.
For what?
Yeah.
Just meet me at the airport. All right.
And then you gotta tell your daddy for the first time in your life you got cut.
I got cut.
The game that you've been playing, and I hope people here listen, like it's something that you love, no matter what you love. Can be, it's like you saying something that you love can still be taken away from you.
Yeah. So you got now how I teach the kids, how I mentor the kids now that I train. It's not a plan B, it's another plan A.
Mm.
All right. So have something else besides football. So I tell, like I told us too, get your business, get your LLC, have something for yourself so your parents won't have to pay for schooling while you're in school.
Right.
See, my parents didn't teach me that. I learned that when I got out of school.
Mm.
So now I'm giving the youth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving the youth that. Look at him.
Yeah.
You see how he dressed?
Yeah, it's sharp too.
Look like he owned this place, don't he?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Hey, with that being said, I'm gonna go to TJ. Like TJ, you probably had something similar experience that was a failure that you love. I know, because I know with your situation, you played sport very good in Tarver High, playing football. Daddy put this in you. I know you said you had a moment in life like, wait a minute, this ain't it. Even when West State to try to play football, you're like, wait a minute, this ain't it. So when you think about community and you think about businesses and stuff like that, also to where you're at, loaded question again. Let's talk about it. Your floor is yours.
All right, so with me, community, and I'm a lyricist. I'm a rap. You know, I do music, so I'm big. You know, into words and the language. So I look at community as like a unified purpose. You know what I'm saying? To come together. Like you got the hip hop community. You got community as in people who live in a location. There's different things that pull people together. You know, so growing up. And my people from Scotland Neck, North Carolina. So growing up down there, and my dad having a dream and a desire to move for better. You know, we're always striving for better. We moved away from there and we moved to Tarboro. And my dad always had a dream and a desire to play football. So it was just a household thing, man. Football, sports. But I had this thing called hip hop. You know what I'm saying? that I lived it, I breathed it. It was my life, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't nurtured in my home. And I also did art. My aunt, she nurtured art, you know. So um, I had to really cater to all these things that were like poured into me, you know what I'm saying? So, but out of them all, I had to, when I played football, growing up, you want to make people proud. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You want to make your parents proud. You want to make your neighborhood proud. You want to make your homeboys proud. So that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And I was very good at football, but it wasn't until I got to college, and I'm sure he can attest to this. Like when you get to college, bro, it's a whole nother level, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's just as good as you.
Yeah, it's not like high school. You know, it wasn't like high school. You know, you had the 2-a-day practices. You had the you had to get up early in the morning, lift weights. You had study hall. You had curfew.
Right.
And I couldn't really get into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started really like focusing on my music. And then that was really my passion. That's what kept me for the last 20 years. And I got signed and you know, did the music thing, the music industry. That introduced me to business. And then I didn't know what I was gonna major in because football was my thing. I didn't even know what I was gonna major in college. So my advisor said, "What are you gonna do?" You know. So I said,
boy, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Like it's crazy. Like my son must be calling, but it's crazy. Like because I was sitting there thinking like tell me the mental aspect of like failing two people. It's like think about it. Everything your parents poured into you, you know, first thing you're thinking is you want what you want for you to be successful. But then you also got to worry about are you gonna fail your own parents or the family, the people that you love.
right.
Like so you got two different ways. Like you ain't just when you fail, you ain't thinking about it like just failing. You think about failing yourself and the parents who took care of you and did whatever they had to do. So
Right.
it's two hits. When I look at failure, it's always two hits. If you do something wrong, if you go to jail, you do whatever, you ain't just disappointing yourself. You disappointing your family too.
That's
so you
true.
ain't just disappointing two. It's two every time. When I look at failure, it's two hits. It's never just a one thing hit. It's a multiple things. So like, tell me how you guys, y'all two, whichever one want to talk. Tell me like how I call it failing twice. Hit you, man. Like I know with you in the NFL being cut, like that's a whole different. You talking about millions of dollars playing something you love, and then now you hurt. Your parents are still hurt, but at the same time you still hurt for them.
Not just my parents was hurt, but like I had a whole family that was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter, I had a son. You know, and it wasn't just for me. I was making it for everybody, grandma, everybody. You know
Crazy how they say when you make it, they all make it, and I get it because you know then you're gonna do it for your grandma.
And see, I watched I Am Athlete,
Uh-huh.
and I saw the episode
Yeah,
where
me
they're talking about we always go back, but we never pay forward for our grandkids. You know what I'm saying? We never pay our grandkids, set them up so they could do what we didn't have a chance to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was that mindset I had to make it. And when I got cut, it was like, the fuck I'm gonna do now?
I'm just curious on two things. I'm gonna say something wrong. Like when y'all guys have like that star power on the rise, y'all have like different girls come at you, like to the point where like I'm at this rise. It ain't you have that genuine girl that comes for you, you know, because they always been there. They see you at rock bottom. But then you get to that level, like, and then you don't get there. You see them girls come and go. It's like, no, we here because we really love you. Or it's like, you about to make it to the top, so we're gonna take you there. Raw thoughts here, baby. Yeah, raw thoughts. I had to bring it.
Well, with me in college, you know, in college we were pretty. I mean, in high school we had a great team. You know what I'm saying? So I will say this: in high school, a lot of things we experienced. My group of friends, we experienced a lot of partying. So when I got to college, it wasn't anything new to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So. But I will say this, I experienced one thing when I got to college. You know this song that 50 Cent used to sing, like, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie.
Right.
College, I was not the man in college. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know, but you got like all the reputation, you know, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? In high school, you got to think, we didn't it was petty stuff, and we outgrew it. But
Yeah.
in high school, we didn't get along with like rival schools and
Right.
things like that. But when we got to to college, went to Southern State, it was like a 2-5-2 thing. It was like,
Right.
yo, we didn't like each other in high school, but now we hit in
Yeah,
college. He's
we
like, we
together
from the
now.
2-5-2. So we came
Yeah.
together. So and it was a different kind of girl that started liking you.
Man.
college.
There were certain girls that like you just because you were on the football team.
Right.
Whether you rode the bench or whether you played or not, just because you was on the football team.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I walked on campus.
That's what I was saying.
That was the first day of campus for me. Like, hey, who are you? Oh, you? Oh, play football.
Yeah.
Start glowing, nigga.
You know, I'm like,
Don't
I'm
know you
already. Hey,
gonna
look,
get
my grandma already put me on game. She was like, "Don't bring the white wine home." I was like, "Nope, no, thank you." Grandma told me not to do that. Nah.
And they had us moving in the freshmen. Like they had the freshman football players moving in the girls into their dorm with our jerseys on, moving them into their dorms. Like, oh, you play football. So we there early for practice. We there in the summer, ready to practice. So we meeting all the cheerleaders, the band members. I mean, it was
but it even happens before that, before college.
That's what I'm about to say.
That happens when you go recruiting.
Yeah.
When you go recruiting.
I can't tell everything now.
I bless everybody. I let them know what you don't get. You know what I'm saying? You think the grass is really green on the other side? It is in certain spots, but you got some dead spots. You got some weeds over here too. You know what I'm saying? You got to be aware of those too. I'm gonna let you know what it is.
So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even with me in high school, like I was actually grateful that I ain't had to go through that. Now I ain't gonna lie, basketball coach and stuff. Like, luckily, during Christmas break and all that stuff, my cousin used to live in Rocky Mountain, so he was at Rocky Mountain Senior High. I used to go there practice and stuff, and sometimes I'm missing basketball practice and stuff, but I always had a genuine relationship with other people around. So for me, it wasn't around. It was just like a point, like we just got beat him because we might hit his mouth in the summer or whatever. But at that time though, I never had I could never have that. Then I had family members that was playing on the other side. Like we would be competitive, but it was like that. But I'm gonna tell you what happened one day, and I don't know, it was the dumbest thing I did. I was trying to go to a city with one of my best friends playing this Southwest basketball. So we just got to playing basketball, had basketball practice. Man, he walked in the gym with his Southwest stuff on. Man, coach said, "Come here, Ryan." Man, he called me everything but a child of God that day. He said, "If you never bring," he said, "You hang with them." He said, "You don't bring nobody here, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, the guy don't even get on the court. So, I'm like, what is he? He ain't nobody that's a threat. He don't even get on the court at all. So he cussed me out top of something. It's personal. And then he made me run the next week around the track and on the stadium every day for an hour because of that.
You earned it.
Yeah.
You earned it.
At the same time, these things come to me. I'm thinking of, if I don't go nowhere else, my future, I have to still have a great genuine relationship. Some people take that high school rival stuff to the court, to now. You might be working with the guy. I don't like it. Because it's simply because, and this is the key to it, it's simply because you can't help when your parents move back in the world with your kids.
That's true.
They choose where they want to go. They want to move scholars at Rocky Mount, Tarboro. That's them.
Right.
So you got people mad at you for something that your parents decided to move to. That's nothing personal on you. So
See, for me, it's real thick for me. Cause I went to Rocky Mountain, I rivals Northern, and I'm a coach now, but I never coached at Northern.
Woo! Look at God Almighty. So in Southwest.
I'm in Southwest. I love Southwest. The Tarboro Southwest rivalry is something new to me. I enjoy it.
It's big time.
It is big time. First time losing to Tarboro. No, it's not the first. As a defensive coordinator, yes. But let me tell you this. I'm proud of myself because you know why? I know you was at that game. I'm not going to spill the whole beans. But they struggled. That's all I'm going to say.
It's quite interesting. Man, it's cool to see you on that end. And I know that ain't the first time. You probably lost. I think you lost Tom a few times. High school.
No, just once.
Yeah, your sophomore year.
Yeah,
that's when y'all had Mike Mason.
Yeah.
Y'all was gonna run Mike Mason in the ground that game.
Yeah.
But y'all beat us, I seen you. The people bad. But we ain't here for that.
Cool. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
So on the community level, do you feel like some people we always preach community. Do you feel like somebody really gets treated better than others? Let's say we got all these blocks here, and each business is right here in your place, and this business may get the biggest support in the other. and I think we were talking about it earlier. Like, what's the difference? Because people would come up there and say, support this, support that. I'm right here beside, you know, just because that business over there is getting it, and that business right there is getting it. Like, I don't think it's more of a personal thing, but I knew you were talking about. So let's talk about that earlier, because you went deep into the details of why it may be like that, why not it may be like that.
It's all right. So I can tie in, like for instance, when we go to college, right? From high school to college, we spend time in high school with people that we grew up around, same school. We naturally gravitated towards certain people because of the same things that we may like, our common interest. So when I went to college, that really taught me a lot about likeness. Some people say opposite attract, but I think like attracts as well. You know what I'm saying? So I started hanging out with people that, you know, smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? I like weed, they smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they like hip hop, I like hip hop. I make beats, they, you know, so I started to, they call it affinity. So you started being around people that have common interests and you're gravitated towards these people, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so in business, people are attracted to things that they identify with, you know what I'm saying? So when I work with brands, I ask them, you know, whether it be a logo or website, I try to find out something about themselves that identifies, you know, their unique self, and embody that in everything that they do, you know, the products, and that's with marketing, product, price, place, promotion. That's just my thing. What product are you selling, or you know, the price that you're putting on it, the place. How you present it to people, how you promote it when people come into your establishment, how they feel, you know, how do they feel, the five senses, like how does it look, how does it smell, how does it taste, is the food good, or you know, is the music soothing? Those type of things goes into what we call overall an experience, you know what I'm saying? And that's what people take home with them when they go to a bar, club, any type of event. They remember the experience, and if it feels good, they want to continue. You know, they want to experience that again and again and again. That's why so many people go to church. That's why so many people go to the club. That's what, you know what I'm saying. So it's creating that experience that people really, really enjoy. So, you know, some people go to places because they support. Like for instance, if you was cooking burgers, all right. Not say that you do.
Yeah.
And if you was cooking burgers, if I went to your spot, oh, your burger's pretty good. Now I went to your spot and your burgers are like slamming. Like, well, you know, no offense, no, we may be related, but you know, but if burger slamming, I'm gonna go with the burger.
For me, like I get it. Like I don't take anything personal, because even when I talk to people, advertising folks, do whatever. My simplest concept is they either gonna say yes or no. They ain't gonna shoot me for something I ain't stolen that from them. I ain't falling with that. So, you know, they will either say yes or no. But you always look at it as a chance. So I get it. Like I understand that it's not personal and what it is, and I think that's more of a subconscious thing to like see and feel. It just depends on what you like. So like you were saying to people, like I always say to myself, it's crazy how you said it. You gotta make it make sense for you.
Right.
Like everybody, like I was telling people that thing word of mouth yesterday. I was telling everybody, like, anything, you got to make sure you're dealing with the people that make stuff aware for them.
Right.
Whatever makes them aware, whatever makes sense for them. You know, like my guy, shout out to my sponsor, man. He's white, man. You know, it makes sense because I like to get my teeth clean. You know, talk to him, to put them out. I like to have fresh breath and smile. If you know me, one thing you know about me, I love to smile. So you know, that's one thing you're gonna see. I can't be out here with no dingy teeth, smiling at everybody's face. It just ain't gonna happen. So like with him, it makes sense. And the crazy thing, what makes the great connection with me and him as a sponsor is because I actually use the product. And, you know, of course, I'm still, you know, you tell me whatever. What I'm saying is, like, I take pride in it. So, you know, stuff like that matters when you deal with the product or deal with people who do that. It makes sense to me. It's not me just going to him because I just want his sponsorship. No, I'm going to him because what I do makes sense for what he does. Not just randomly getting anybody and everybody, because that's why I went for them and I reached out to him a while back. But like I was saying, man, like I always understand it. Like everybody, you gotta make sense for everybody. Everybody gonna get the same thing. Everybody gonna get it. So
if you got if you got a fairly good product and you give people a great experience, people will continue to support you. You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is, why would people come on certain spots, like support this, like you support this, support this. I'm the type of guy. As long as the community going, it's cool. So why would people like? I get it. If you got, I know it's a mental feeling because you feel like in your mind when you say that, like you feel feeling in a way, but you're not saying it. So you're like, what about sports? So it's almost like a not a cry, but it's like a level of what am I doing wrong, but not telling you lawfully what you're doing wrong. But just curious, man, on your mind, how do you feel about all that stuff?
I'm trying to sit here and piece it all together, man. But I think it's like if you're worried about somebody else, I mean, you're doing the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to work on yourself and try to figure out what you're doing wrong to that's not getting you where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If another business is worrying about why they supporting this business, where you need to get your marketing scheme up. You're not marketing right. Your strategy, something wrong with your strategy. All right. Or what's wrong with your customer service? You know, you need to figure out what's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the vibe in your shop ain't right.
So you
know
think like when it comes to training, like I know you train, it's a lot of people train. You got football. How do you do a lot of football, cheerleading, plus football? Do you think like, because I feel like everybody should work together, but everybody feels like if it don't go this way, I mean, everybody started thinking mentally like this may be the money to take care of my household.
That's how I am though. I mean, if I know I'm good at what I do, you know what I'm saying, and I know. So if I know somebody else is good at what they do, I'm gonna go ask them some questions. I ain't gonna sit there and hate on nobody. Right. So I like what you're doing. Let's see if we can boom, boom, boom. We can collab and do this. I mean, I went to a camp, 2 camps, actually during the pandemic down in St. Paul. It was about what two, maybe 3 months apart, and it was just about 15, 20 different trainers that do the same thing that I do with kids. And all of us came together. And the first camp we had maybe 100 kids. The second camp we had maybe 250 to 300 kids. Whew. You know what I'm saying? So we doing something right. But we all came together from DC all the way down to NC. We trying to create like a belt line from I-95, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so where we get athletes and we just travel up down the highway, man. We just compete. Man, it's all love. Yeah, we gonna compete. We gonna get gritty. We gonna get in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love at the same time. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna get that work.
Right.
And while we out there getting that work, we're gonna expose everybody that's out there doing what they need to do. If they not doing what they need to do, we're gonna uplift them. We're gonna tell them what they doing wrong, and we're gonna send them and we're gonna correct them. We're gonna critique. That's what we do. And that's what I do. I don't hate no other trainer around here. Right. I don't despise no other trainer around here. He do what he do. He's a specialist at what he do. LBC is a specialist at what they do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it, I'm gonna send you to him.
Right. And like we're saying, since you're creative and understanding the market, we're gonna get into that. Like you look at creativity, man, because we always have like great conversations, like creativity, brands, and how people do stuff. But we had a great conversation today.
Yeah.
To the point I was like, man, we gotta say this for this. We gotta say this for this. Don't spill it all now. So like, you know, when it comes to creativity and how it is, like, how do you feel overall when it comes to things like that? Like you say, you're creative. Like people need to know. This is the time where people need to know are they a creator or not. They just a talent. Well, we were talking about that. It's just when the talent is. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, I'm big on creativity, and creativity is it's like a potential power, like a potential energy that everybody has. You know, I don't want to be too philosophical, but when you really look at nature in itself, everything grows. Everything wants to grow and get better. You know what I'm saying? And that's the potential that we all have. We all have that creative potential. So there's a way to, when you do introspection and begin to realize not, you know, now I will speak on difference in this way. When I begin to compare myself to someone else, that's a form of competition, you know? It can either hurt me or make me better. I can look at someone else and say, you know, I want to be just as good as that person, you know, and it can push me to be better, or it can push me to be envious or jealous. Or I can be I can be more, all right, let me be more creative. Let me find my creative uniqueness, identity. So in hip hop, unlike the hip hop that's out now, I love the hip hop that's out now, but you know, during the 90s, I don't know if you ever heard of Wu-Tang, but you know how.
Oh, hell. Oh,
I ain't trying to, but you know what Ghostface said. He said he don't want nobody sounding like him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even though there was a great big group, they all had their different styles. So they embodied something that I embody in my work. I don't ever have to worry about doing art like somebody else. We're doing the same thing, but I know that I have a unique identity. Like no one has the same fingerprint. We're all unique and different in ourselves, but we are an embodiment of a unique potential power. And when we express that, we really set the market instead of trying to like fit into what's already out. You know what I'm saying? What the market is. The market can be already set, whether it be music, sports, art, and culinary arts, whether it may be. The market is already set. That's present in the now. But being a visionary and knowing who I am as an individual, I can envision, okay, knowing myself, like I know what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way possible for somebody to be just like me. You know, I love science, all right? Even with science, you know, they trying to clone people, and I look at it like, even if I had a twin, bro, that twin will not be exactly like me because I'm an embodiment of different experiences, different places I've been, different music, different foods, and all that ties into like what I express. You know what I'm saying? We take in so much information. Like I'm sure we all got favorite TV shows we like to watch. We got favorite music that we like to listen to. And this is a very key point too. Anything that we create is always tied to something else. Like, meaning like there's really nothing that can be ultimately original. You know what I'm saying? Like people say hip hop, be original, but you know, hip hop came from like gospel, blues, you know what I'm saying, jazz. You know what I'm saying? So we're always evolving and creating something new. But it's the important part is you have to be willing to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to create. You know what I'm saying? Like create and put it out there, you know, or else you will go through this life and the world will miss out on what you have to offer. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I stress that is like creating and putting it out there. You know, whatever you do, you know, just put it out there, man. See how people respond to it. Because I know we spoke about community. We can draw a circle around our communities and say, okay, this is my market.
Right.
But technology has opened the door where the world is our market. You know what I'm saying?
Right. With that being said, like that's pretty cool. So I know you were telling me the other day like you love spoken word. We got somebody out here that does spoken word.
Okay.
You know, he's sitting back there chilling. Now I ain't gonna put him up here. But you know, like I know you always talking about the creativity and that and the art of that. But we're gonna hold that thought for a second. But right now we're gonna open it up for people in the crowd who got something to say, who got some questions. What they need to say, what they need to do. Please, hit wherever. Anybody got any questions or anything they want to say or got a opinion on something? What's up, champ?
So, like going back to, I know y'all said like working hard. You know, everybody work hard, but even the number two work hard as well. So it's like it's a hard thing to swallow knowing that you're not going to get either way if you work hard. But like mentally, like where was y'all at mentally? You know what I'm saying? Like what do y'all do specifically to come out of the storm, the hardship?
I got the champ. We all will answer that. I'll let you go first.
Well, what I did was I kept training. I kept training myself. I didn't give up on myself. I went to the field every day. After coming out of a 2, maybe 3-month depression where I didn't come outside, and I went straight to the field, and I just did everything I did from flag football with my pops to middle school from little league to middle school to high school. I did everything I did. I worked just as hard by myself, under the sun, under the lights, you know, under the moon when it wasn't no lights. I used to throw the ball to myself. You know what I'm saying? I just stayed at it. And then while training myself, you know, and getting other jobs and moving around, I moved down to Atlanta and I continued to train myself. And I got a phone call one day, and it was a coach from UVA, my rival school, from Virginia Tech, my rival school. You know what I'm saying? It was a coach on the phone on the other line, and he was like, I want you to play with me, for me. I love the way you play. I've been a fan of yours since your junior year in college. I want you on my team when we go overseas for Team USA. I had a Canadian league for the Edmonton Eskimos. I had a tryout for them that weekend. He called me on a Monday. I had a tryout that Saturday. I told him, Coach, I'm gonna go to this tryout. If I don't make it, I'm coming. I said, I want my number. He's gonna put my name, go ahead and put my name on the roster. I'm coming. I went to that tryout and I didn't worry about if I was gonna make it or not. I'm for real.
I know.
I accomplished. I was going
visiting everything in my mind, your body language and all.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
hey, look, I accomplished a childhood. I was about to accomplish a childhood dream. I always dreamed as a kid to get a gold medal in football. I never seen it. Never seen gold medal in football. You always see Super Bowl, national championship. You don't see no gold medal in football. I had the opportunity to win a gold medal in football. So then I started to think Super Bowl. Everybody, it's thousands of Super Bowl champions out here in this world, right? How many football gold medalists is it? I'm one of them. I'm good with that accomplishment. So I had a chance to accomplish a childhood dream and be one of the few to do something. I'm good with that.
And I'm gonna let you go ahead and got anybody feel free to put some input on this as well as he gets through. With his way I say mine too as well. But feel free to get some input, man.
Keep working, man. Don't give up on yourself. Keep working. I didn't give up on myself. Keep grinding. That's what I did.
Yeah, man. I had an idea of what success was. You know, my dad had an idea of what success was. He wanted me to be successful in football. And, you know, football got me to college, got me into college. But once I got there, you know, I wasn't used to the competitiveness on the same team. You know, in high school, you pretty much play with the people you grew up with, and you're on the same team, and, you know, you winning champion. You know, we made it to the championship in high school. But when I got to college, I wasn't used to players competing for the same position that was just as good as me. So my mindset was, you know, it really made me rethink things like, is this really what I want to do? Because I always had the mindset that the thing in life that I'm supposed to be doing, it will require work, but it won't be as difficult as that, you know? So I felt like at that time, me not playing football, it was just time for me to move on to something else. So I went to the coach and talked to him about it, and he understood, you know? But I found what I was very good at, which was, you know, hip hop music. So right after that, I got signed. You know, I got discovered by a producer out of Durham, North Carolina, Ninth Wonder. So I got signed by him.
Y'all know who Ninth Wonder is?
Yeah.
I know you do. I'm over the crowd.
So I just kept this overall motive and a spirit about myself, which is success. And success is never ending, man. It will always drive you forward. You know, it's not like a place where you just stop and you're like, oh, I made it, I succeeded. It's an ongoing thing. It's something that takes you through life, succeeding. No matter what you put your hands to, you just have a spirit of success. Oh, I'm gonna succeed at this. You know, I didn't look at me not playing football as me failing. I just looked at, all right, well, let me try something different. Let me try art. Let me try music. You know, and I've just found success in different things. So my mindset was just don't give up. My dad just told me don't quit. You know, he kept it general. You know, he didn't say don't quit football. You know, he just say don't quit. Whatever it is, don't quit. So I did finish it took me a while to finish school, so I got my degree. I didn't quit school, and you know, just having that mindset, I'm going to succeed in life in general. You know what I'm saying? And life is not. I look at life. It's not a race. It's not. So when I look at life, you know, and this is where my creativeness come in. I don't look at life like it's like a competitive thing, because to finish life, to reach the finish line in life is to, you know, is done. And I don't want to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I look at it like a process. I'm process oriented, meaning like I'm going through life and I'm succeeding at life. Whatever I put my hands to, whatever I think about doing, I'm going to succeed. If it's football, that's what I set my mind to, and I succeed. Like, I'm a Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? So what he did, he made it to the top. You know what I'm saying? The NFL, he made it to the top. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that as a great accomplishment. He accomplished something that I wanted to do, but I was never able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping in mind just succeeding and success, and that's an ongoing process. You never really reach a finish line when in success. You just keep being successful. You know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, like that was pretty cool. My story will be kind of short and funny, but it's the truth. Like I went, like he went to a dark place. I went to a dark place myself, but I always knew like I had some type of consistency in me, no matter what. At that time when I went through that dark place, like, I didn't. Mom, dad, and them was talking, but you know, it was like it ain't making sense right now for me. You know, whatever made sense for you is not making sense to me. That's the only concept when you do what you gotta do. But that doesn't mean everybody has to do what they have to do. Everybody has their own unique greatness inside of them. So once I figured out, one day I ain't gonna lie, I just took my car, started driving. Man, I just started riding everywhere. Wilding one time to Greensboro by myself. I was crying like a sick dog. I was like, I'm like trying to figure out like what I need to be, where I need to be. Then I get with my wife to be, and Iris, and one day it was like I kept being consistent. I was just probably like, this guy right here don't stop bothering me. I'm coming up every time I see her everywhere, come this way, come that way, come this way, come every time I saw her, I was like, that's it. So right there in that moment I understood my consistency. Like at the end of the day, no matter what you do, just don't give up. Like it can be yes or no. She ain't say no, she ain't say stop bothering me. So I just kept, going. And I knew it was like, each other for years. So I get it wasn't like nothing personal, pun intended. But it was like, every time I saw it, it was almost like a smell. So, so like, I'm like, everywhere, like, oh, shoot, there she go. So I went to the gas station. And then I'm like, every time for some reason in my life, man, I knew like when you got a connection, man, it's like, anywhere you go somewhere, any other time I see somebody, like, oh, that's just such a thing. Every time I see her, I just freeze, like, feel like my feet won't even move. Like, why I stop here, man? So I kept feeling that connection. Then after that, there was another time at her dad's house. And one time, I even pulled back, so some said go back. Another time, I was on the move. Because what I had to do at that time was going to be fun. But what she said, I canceled everything that day. So I said, Mom, why am I canceling everything? My boys were hot with me that day. I want to go to the bar. I said, I'm good. I'm going this way tonight. Y'all be fine. You be all right. So, I know in that moment like that, man, like, stuff like that does matter, like connections, like that alone. Because I know at the end of the day, I probably was like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I never gave up. So anyway, when it came to sports, when it came to commentary, first few people probably like, why is he doing stuff like this? In my mind, I knew a few guys, some of my friends were like, boy, you the best. He said, you don't know. They said they can't make another one like that. I said, what you mean you like that? They said, because you find a way to get it done no matter what. Like, these guys are incredible. Like, they did so many things. Mine was on a more organic word of mouth type. So I'm saying is, no matter what you do, if you got degrees, if you don't, it's all about your ability to connect with people. If you can connect with anybody, you can do anything. And if you come from the heart and you doing something because you love it, you can do anything that you want to happen. I don't care even if you want to go to the NFL, like what Virgil was saying. Maybe you could be a coach. Maybe you could be a personal trainer. Maybe you could be on the level where you training NFL players. You don't know what can happen, but the simple concept is, I'm not afraid. Like, I think that was my biggest gift, not being afraid of hearing a yes or no. Have I got no's? Yeah. Did I stop? No. So at the end of the day, I'm very consistent in making sure those things happen for that particular reason. And I never in my life, man, like, and ever since then, man, I have been so extremely consistent to learn more, to do more, to be great. I don't feel like it's never enough. But like you said, you don't want to get to the finish line because once you get to the finish line, pretty much you're done. Like, and I'm saying, like, keep going. But also understand, like, I think the biggest thing in life, everybody takes a lot of stuff personal. You can't take everything personal. If everybody don't agree, it's going to be okay to agree to disagree. Everybody not being the same language, or maybe everybody don't speak the same language. I'm talking about French or Spanish, they may be speaking the same language. You got to accept the fact that you are unique, you are who you are, and you accept who you are, and you find a way, once the cloud of the dust is gone, you're gonna find a way to be around the people who are gonna appreciate who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of just saying I gotta change up everything just to make the money. If you wanna make money, that's easy. But to make it naturally is a whole different beast.
Yeah.
Like when you can do stuff, you can just walk out the door and just say I'm money. That's one thing. But to do it, but to just try to do it to make money, everybody make money. You get a job right now or whatever, you'll make money. But is that gonna make you happy? Is you gonna accomplish your goals?
Right.
No, it's the ability of you and your spirit to take you to the next level. Because money is one thing. I mean, it's like guys who probably rich, probably go through a lot of headaches. But when you be able to navigate and create who you want to be within the system or whatever you want to be, that's a whole different thing. Because you be able to make them do what you say instead of what you doing what they say. And it's not personal about because everybody. I'm not saying everybody has to be a boss. I'm not saying that either. Because everybody's role and mission on earth is not for everybody to be a boss. Some people are made to work. Some people are made to do whatever. It's levels to it. Everybody's not gonna be there, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing either. But you must know that everything comes with a different walk of life, and appreciate that the good and the bad times. Guess what? That makes you stronger. That makes you better. Appreciate the worst times. It's gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make you better. You don't get a chance to experience. A lot of people just get it, walk through life every day. Some kids not raw thoughts may be spoiled or whatever, give whatever they want. Walk through life like it's nothing. I'm not knocking it, but to go through the trenches, to go through that walk, them scars. Like I had a Wolverine shirt on today. Like Wolverine is like my favorite hero. Reason why? Because he used to get beat up, cut up all the time. Everybody thought he was mean and vicious. It wasn't that. He used to get scarred up so much to the point where like his strength was really his ability to heal from everything. Like you know the character on X-Men, he could scratch him up, do whatever. He heals so quickly. Meaning because no matter what hits him, he keeps going. That's the definition why I love him so much because he really keeps going when he gets hit. So what I'm saying is no matter what you do in life, man, you know, appreciate the good and the bad. That's what makes you stronger, not what you do. But with that being said, talking for me. Anybody got any input or raw thoughts before we shut the show down? You got anything you want to say?
Just to piggyback somewhat off of what y'all was saying, everybody has their own definition of what success is. And like you said, you gotta have that consistency within yourself to know what success is to you.
Right.
You can't really, just like my man here, you do personal training. I also do personal training. I can't base my success off of what you're doing.
Right.
How you're carrying your business
Right.
strategy and everything. I have to know within myself what my strengths and weaknesses are and how I can, continue to go on and better myself and make my own living based off what it is that I do best.
Right.
Within the realm of personal training.
Right.
And just to kind of, I guess, go back a little bit to talking about failure. Automatically, because I was born, I was raised up in the church, so automatically talking about failure, my mind was Job and how Job lost everything. And now, according to Job, from how he speaks, and you can tell that Job didn't really think that he was a failure. He wasn't quite sure what was going on, but he didn't think he was a failure. It was everybody else around him that was looking at him like he was a failure.
Mm-hmm.
But all he did was continue his consistency and his praise, and he became a bigger success than what he already was. So that's all that I got.
That's deep.
Anybody else got some input? Anybody in the back, in the front row? Oh, by the way, shout out to LAREMA Coffee for letting us use this facility, man. He's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to tell him to give me something else, but at the moment he's in his mode chilling out. So that means I appreciate you, LAREMA Coffee Shop, for being here in our presence, man. Without you, what would I be? Let's say, in the words we always say, my favorite 3 words to him. Look at God. But anybody else got anything to say before we wrap it up? Raw thoughts here?
I mean, yeah, I got something to say. I got workouts going on starting next week, 6-day workouts. Sign up on my Facebook, V-League Ultimate Training, IG, V-League Ultimate Training 08. It's all for the youth, for the kids. I'm trying to prepare them for the future. You know, we're gonna do some workouts. It's gonna be just like I did at Virginia Tech. I'm gonna show them how to work out. First of all, I'm gonna show them how to spot. All right. For the teenagers and up, I'm showing how to spot, how to use the weight room, how to use the weights. Then we're gonna get into lifting and stuff like that. But for the babies, for the 5 and the 8-year-olds, 5 through 8, the 9 to 12-year-olds, I'm gonna show them how to use their body as well. And we're gonna do some conditioning on Friday morning, and get up and wake up. It's just a 2-week process, 6 days. $120, man. That's $20 a session, man. I got some t-shirts for them and all of that. So y'all can look up on my Facebook page. You can inbox me, DM me, whatever you want to do. Get your kids out there. You want them tired, you want to go sleep, you want them out your face, you want them off your nerves. Send them to me, please. Send them to me. I guarantee you I will put them to bed for you. All right? You may need some Epsom salt for some of them, but that's it. All right? They going to sleep. All right, send them on and leave.
Hey man, I guess that's it. You got nothing?
Nah, pretty much. You can find me on Instagram, Nove, NOV3J. But pretty much that's it, man. You know, and then, yeah, my website. I'm sorry, youngworldmultimedia.com. You can go there and link up with me if you need anything pertaining to business, promotion, music, anything, or just want to kick it and talk. Holla at me, man.
Appreciate
I got one more, man. I want to shout out, man, my kings out here, man, my young kings, man. I had them since the 7th grade, man. They were in middle school, elementary school, man. They out supporting me. They followed the blue script, man. LBC, visionary, that's Charlie and that's Tay right there, man. They in college right now. They doing their things. They young kings. They got their business going, and they also trying to accomplish what they want to accomplish at the same time. Man, I just want to applaud them, man.
That's
Thank
cool,
them.
man. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, sir.
Paul behind that, but I mean, I'm grateful for this, man. Appreciate the LAREMA coffee. That's a site, man. Appreciate my guy Shaquille, my guy finish training. I forgot your name. Kevin, man. You know, pretty got dope guys, man. And that being said, oh my God, that's Derek Lee back there, man. You know, I forgot to get, I get him on that talk. So
Don't forget your wife, man.
And of course, you know, I always appreciate Twin, Catalyst, Collab. Y'all say it right. I appreciate them being in the building. Yeah. So that being said, you guys have a great day, great night, great morning, whatever time you listen to this episode. All right. That's it. Let me know you all.